Afternoon, guys. How you doing? I'm Yalik, and I'm in the middle of a map clear, and I pull up this base, and this is an interesting layout. So I figured I haven't done a boom fails video in forever and a day, just had a lot going on, but hey, here's a perfect time to pause and think about what this player has done. Daz. Needless to say, I'm in between op hits, so fully boosted. However, that's not really going to matter here because the mine clearance, I will do the mine clearance exactly the way I would if I were not boosted. And this is 3 shocks. There's the dog. 3 shocks. We're going to want to shock this shock launcher and this laser beam and this shock launcher over here. When we shock this laser, we might as well get the CMO with it, but it's not really going to matter. And then the thing of interest in this base is this central area right here where this person has stacked all of his continuous damage, the machine guns and flamethrowers around the HQ. Actually, is there any other? Nope, that is all of them. So it will be interesting on this base to see how quickly Bullitt's health goes down, because what we're going to do here is we're going to do, I've showed this trick I think last week, a little trick I've been using a lot. We're going to flare, instead of flaring to the HQ, which is never good practice anyway, but there are other reasons for that. We're going to flare back to this machine gun, and what that's going to do is and let Bullitt walk up closer. Instead of staying back here, his range is, I think, it's like just over 3 tiles. So instead of staying back here, right about where this mine is, and being unable to taunt all of this stuff back here, he's going to walk in much further. He's either going to be, depending on exactly where he stands, either he's going to be standing about here next to this machine gun, or about here next to this machine gun. Then we'll flare back to the HQ. The warriors will first go to the machine gun and pause until Bullitt gets there. They'll all go back to the HQ. Bullitt won't need to move because he will be standing right next to the HQ. It will be in his range, that 3.3. 3.3 is the range for a heavy, and that's what I'm using because I think it's the same for Bullitt, although I have no confirmation on that. And the wiki is useless, so it doesn't tell me that. Somebody knows. If anybody knows, please feel free to let me know in the comments. So we're going to get Bullitt right into the middle of all of this junk and see if we can get him to taunt all of this junk. And don't get me wrong, I am always advocating for putting continuous damage around your HQ, but I think this might be a little bit too literal of an interpretation of that. You do have to space it out enough so that something like this isn't going to happen. I'm pretty sure we can get them all, and if we do, it'll be a sight to see. All of these things are going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. So, without further ado, so this is how I had planned on doing this. I missed one of the boom mines there, and I said we'd do this exactly as I would do this if I were not boosted, so I'm gonna leave that. Actually, we're gonna retreat because I said the spread there was terrible. Both of those were bad luck with the critters and bad luck with the barrage, and sometimes it is just best to pull back and wait for, hopefully get better luck on this go. Doesn't look like we're going to get that other boom mine. Have to get this one. We'll go ahead and clear that. Not 100% necessary, but just makes me feel better. So, my standard hot beach landing. Flag drop. And flare back to the machine gun. And we'll see where Bullitt ends up. Looks like he's going to go to the right side. Can activate taunt. And now we'll pull the warriors back in and we'll get our shocks out. And perfect. All of that stuff is lit up. and down goes the HQ. And let's see, Bullitt's bar is down to below half health in, well, I mean under 8 seconds, because he hadn't finished his first round of taunt. So yeah, those things really did chew him up quickly, unfortunately for Daz there. Not quickly enough. Why bother the first? Cool, fresh spawns. And that'll be a lot of fun. Do I want to go ahead and do that? Possibly. Let's see. Probably a taunt. So we get back to here. This is taunted, that's taunted. We need a shock, and probably one shock there. I think we can do it. Minimal mind clearance, so that very, very much helps here. Can probably just go with one barrage there. And not a hot peach. Cool. Bonus booming. The mines here are not good. I mean, otherwise, I'm not really considering this base too deeply. It's just that the mines make this possible. So we're gonna go like this. Here we'll do the flare landing because it's not a hot beach, so we're free to run along like this. This gets everybody grouped together better, which is perfect for about what we're going to do next. Beautiful. And tons of GBE for days. That's cool. Gonna go like that, gonna go like that. I'm assuming one swing here. And we said what? 3 shocks? And a little bit of GBE left over to taunt. Perfect. Alright. Well, I mean, I've said that a million times. Don't do that with your mines, but also don't do that with your continuous damage. Terrible idea, and maybe not everybody is using that little trick I showed you with Bullitt to pull him further or deeper in towards the HQ, but it's if somebody does think of it, you're just very, very vulnerable to that. Now, I am owing an op hit, so fingers crossed. I think I have like a 6 shock armadillo. Yay. Wish me luck on that. Catch you guys later.